We are 100% in a spot where if I was in Florida, I'd be eaten by an alligator. But sifting is on the board big time. Pull it together. Yes, it is complete. I'm one more find, and welcome to another adventure. Today we are taking you back 55 million years, give or take, all the way to about 25 million years to the Eocene and Miocene of New Jersey. I'm here in this beautiful creek, starting my morning. I just got in. It's about a 3-hour drive for me, so I'm ready to begin my day. I always start out by just checking the surface. I like what I'm seeing so far because this spot's not normally known for surface finds, or at least not in my experience. Started scouting. Let's see if we can find it right away again. In this area, I know we had one here. So this is the second fossil of the day. And then I saw a sand tiger as well. I'm probably sitting on it, but I thought it was more over in this area. I don't like to pick them without you. There we go. That is our second, officially first tooth of the day and second. Not bad. Still on that same sandbar, and I got a good feeling because when it's like this, it's usually a good day. Another sand tiger. That even, I mean, that's big enough to be a mako blade too, but I believe that's sand tiger. But 3 finds right on the surface, just jumping in. That's a great sign. That either means people are missing stuff, people haven't been here, or we just came at a good time. Let's keep going. They're not great quality, but I will never complain about getting things right on the surface and so quickly in, especially at this site. I mean, when I first started out here, trying to do this a while ago, you know, I would spend a whole day trying to get that many teeth in a couple hours. So getting that in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Let's keep going. Let's make this a glorious day, shall we? First sift of the day, and we're on the board already. Really good quality, just missing the root. Some kind of Carcharias, like maybe a lemon shark or just another reef shark. I know they're separate, but beautiful blue on that. Excellent. Anything else in this? We're about halfway through, so there might be some other things. I have a big plan to actually scout heavily today, and I know I say that quite a lot. It's a word that I throw around a lot. I'm going to be covering a lot of distance today, so these first couple sifts are just to get my eyes warmed up in an area that I've had luck before. Speaking of which, we've got probably a concretion, but it also looks to be some kind of maybe root or bone. So we'll hold on to that. We'll put it in the maybes. But I am solo today. So when I get a solo trip here and I get to really just come out, be by myself, enjoy the day, really relax, this is the time for me to go really explore. And today we're going to be covering probably at least 5 miles of creek. It's officially time to start our trek. But it's a good reminder to be careful and double check, because right underneath my backpack, from standing position, which is rare for me because I'm blind, I saw a nice sized sand tiger. Wait, I just found another tooth sideways right there, guys. But there's a bigger one. So that is 2 teeth that I missed that were just directly underneath my backpack. There it is. Look at this, guys. 2 more teeth. Just directly underneath where I have my backpack. It happens more often than you think. It happens to me pretty much every trip. If you're in a spot where you know there's good stuff, here's a steinkern too, I believe. Yeah, that's a steinkern as well. Make sure you double check your area, guys, because there's stuff and your eyes sometimes need a different angle to see it. And now I'm second guessing myself if I need to double check again, because those were some nice quality teeth right there as far as just sitting on the surface. But we're gonna start our trek that way. It's gonna be quite the haul, I'll tell you what. Stop slacking, guys. We moved on to the next bank. I told you we're moving fast today. I need you to keep up because I'm gonna find them all before you do. And moving on, searching this bank right here, this little gravel bar, and right on the top, Another broken one, but it's big. And it's pretty. Nice blue coming out of the clay or something. Keep up. Oh man, we've got the eye today. See that? Another sand tiger. They're getting bigger and more complete. Coincidence? Or shark luck? Don't be afraid to check out junk underneath. Didn't bring us anything today, but if it were smaller, I'd be lugging it out of here to throw away. Made a circle around the perimeter. I'm gonna continue my way inward, do another circle, but this time the inward. That way I cover the entire bank. Not missing any of those wonderful pieces of history and sticks. Wait, not a stick. Bone. Huh. Stick. Get out of here. They always get me. Never fails. Never fails. If you ever want to see me look stupid, just hand me some sticks. And there's another bleed. Working our way inward, probably less things on the inner side. If the water hasn't been too high, you normally don't get too much on the inside just because of the way the bank catches things. It's always good to look because you never know. It's more than likely modern, but there is a lot of Pleistocene overlap in New Jersey. And for the most part, there's a lot in many places. You never know, so I like to keep these things because they're so interesting. We have a little rodent tooth here, and I think I see it flaking, so it's more than likely not fossil. These kinds of things are interesting, especially when you're in an area that is known for mammal material to be quite rare. Let's take it home. Best thing we can do is see it in the right conditions, assess it later, and then see if we got anything good. Here's a cool find, and this one's actually pretty complete as far as the section, but this is a big old stingray mouth plate. And you can tell from the shape in general, they have a very hexagon style shape around the edges. It's almost always like that unless they're super weathered. You typically find them in tiny little segments, even smaller than this, and they would have stacked to form a bunch of different rows to make up the crushing surface. Casually browsing, looking for anything that the storms or people have missed. Pull it with me. Another surface find, and this looks like it's in somebody's pile, so they either missed it or just washed in. Oftentimes you're not going to see the majority of the tooth. It's the case here where I see just the root, but the shape gave it away. There's a nice little sand tiger. Little wicked curve on it too. Gonna put a slight pause on our walk because I just got to an area that I do like to give a little bit of a check here and there. This is where I found some of the pretty good teeth that I have from this spot. It's not necessarily near the formation, so to speak, but it seems to be kind of a catch spot. So I do like to check it. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time here, probably 5 to 10 sifts. If we don't get anything in that range, then we're gonna keep hightailing it to our destination. Sheesh. I kind of do like what we saw there. Definitely some clay. Between the sticks and stuff down here, it's very hard to see, but if I grab all this stuff, there's just wood everywhere. Some nasty buildup too. But sometimes you gotta get into the stuff that nobody else wants to get into because it's gross. Jeez. I was really getting worried because we have been putting in some solid effort in these sifts. And so far, surface scanning is definitely the victor, but we did just hit something. And it's pretty. It's not complete, but it's got this beautiful blue color. It's a decent size, just over probably a quarter size for the Americans. We use anything to measure. I'll take that. I believe that's a sand tiger. We will investigate this a little bit more since it just teased us. And then we'll move on. The walk continues. I've got you strapped to my shovel so I can walk easier. We're not having the greatest luck sifting so far. I'm not giving each spot a lot of time, which probably has something to do with it. What is that? Is that a mushroom? That's a mushroom. Hopefully I don't die from that. I don't know my mushroom species, and I should, but I do not know them quite yet. Ow. Skin my knees as I go under that. I said I wasn't going to give a lot of time to sifting areas because we are on a mission, and I really meant it. So we're continuing our trek on this beautiful scenic Saturday, which I'm sure you can agree with is wonderful to get out to. You get to kind of see the rough and tough of lugging some survey gear out. We will check this little bank though, and man, it is beautiful. Surface finds starting to win again. Well, not that they were ever losing, but here is another surface sand tiger, and I dropped it like usual. That's probably the biggest one of the day, and it's actually just dirty, but wow, it's got a pretty color to it, kind of like a faint blue almost. Surface finds are killing it, which is the complete opposite of what I was expecting for today's venture. This spot is notorious for just being brutal. See more. What is this? What is that? Probably a concretion, but oh wow, I do see enamel. That may be, it's too hard to tell. It's probably a concretion, but I thought I saw the little glint of enamel at the edge there. This little bank seems to be, oh, there we go. It's not complete, or it's pretty busted, I'm assuming. It's rough looking, but let's pull it. Hey, I think we better check this area. I don't really think I've ever stuck around in this spot too much. I dropped it. But that's a good tooth. The root's a little blasted, but the cusps are still there, which is pretty ironic, especially when you see a tooth that weathered. You can kind of search this bank with me, see if we get anything interesting. I mean, for surface finds, man. And I don't think Jersey has gotten too much rain either. Like it's really not been that wet. It's been very dry. Pennsylvania got a nice storm the other day. Looks like here's a chunk of a really old busted tooth. It's probably too much to even call it a tooth at this point. But I will get up in here and search because you never know. Ooh, wow. Probably modern, but that's a really big bone. Let's wash this off. Yeah, I'm gonna wash it off. Let's hope it's not modern. Stuff this big is usually sounds modern to me. Modern. It's crumbling. Gross. Probably a deer bone. That looks like a little tooth. Wow. I don't know how I even saw that. That is like the tiniest little tooth blade ever. Some people don't even pick those up. I take everything, even the bone. Tiniest piece of unidentified bone I even take. I will get set up to do a couple test sifts here since we've seen some presence. Hopefully some more luck follows with that. Because otherwise sifting is getting blown out in the race against what's doing best today. Fingers crossed, because this is only the second sift into what you just saw on the surface there. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come, because we just got another little beautiful blue tooth. Root is pretty busted, but the color on the blade is wonderful. I really, really, really love the blue colored teeth. So we're gonna try a couple more sifts. If it's a anomaly, we'll move on. If not, we'll keep hitting it out and see if we get anything else. Oh man, back-to-back sifts, guys. One more find. Nice little sand tiger. Cool little cusps too. They have the almost like button cusps. I'm not discouraged. It is such a hard sight to get onto things. Back-to-back teeth in each sift is pretty enticing to check it out a little bit further. We are 100% in a spot where if I was in Florida, I'd be eaten by an alligator. I am like under some debris and there may be a snapping turtle camped out with me somewhere, but sifting is on the board big time. I think it's whole based on what I saw from the gravel movements. I'm perched up here. I caught a glimpse of something right over here and we're getting a nice bit of sunlight to help us out here. Pull it together. Yes, it is complete. Ooh, guys, this is one of the really big Eocene sand tigers. So this kind, at least from what I understand, the Miocene sand tigers do not get this big, or they do not get this elongated, I should say. And this specific kind is the Eocene version. I do not remember the species name, but I'll pop that up on the screen when I can. But that's a nice big tooth, guys. It's complete, unless it has cusps that it's supposed to be. No, I think it has one there at least. Yeah, it looks like it's missing one and has the other. That is a wicked looking tooth. Probably pushing 1 3/4 inches. Maybe a little bit more, but I doubt it. 1 3/4 inches or 1.5 inches is my guess. Definitely over 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Let's go with that. Nothing after that tooth, so we're gonna keep moving. Did a few more sifts, just looking for a little bit something. So we're definitely gonna mark that spot as potential. I actually believe I've been in that spot before and have found pretty good stuff. We have ulterior motives today, and that is to discover the new areas. By my estimations on the clock and the sun, I've got about 5 hours of hunting left. Sounds like a lot, but when you stop to sift and try other new spots along the way, you eat up a lot of cloth. That's something that's just how it is. I either have to just sprint it, but I don't want to miss out on something and learn something new about an area I've already discovered. Personally, I'm not saying no one's ever discovered these areas. There's lots of people who travel these creekways. But for me personally, the area I want to end up at is somewhere where I think not a lot of people go or have been, and I'd like to kind of carry that out for myself. But I'm loving all the gravel to look at, which is keeping me quite distracted on the way there. The only footsteps I've been seeing are deer. So unless deer have evolved a little bit more to start sifting and picking up shark's teeth and using them as weapons or something, I think it's a safe bet, yeah, to check these for teeth. And there you go right there, another sand tiger. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time on big areas like this. Like we got a nice big area to cover here. Gonna do a quick bank sift. Not bank sift, sorry, quick bank scan and continue looking for those teeth that the deer are leaving behind. Surface finds steal the day again. Let's take a look at this guy sitting right on the surface. See it? Wash it off. That is gorgeous. And I believe that's either one of those kind of wider sand tigers, or this could be a mako. That would be excellent, excellent, excellent if this is a mako. Beautiful tooth. It's got that square root, which really makes me think it is a mako. Either the two species that I believe we have are Desori and Retroflexus, but retros are really rare, and most of the time it's a Desori. But I am very, very, very encouraged by the surface finds today. I've never taken really all that much time to investigate here on the surface too much. I've done it, but I've never had this amount of luck, and it's pretty compelling. All right, here's an expert level I spy. This one's real tough. Let's see if we can find it together. I see it. Do you see it? The nice thing about finding it on camera that helps with the visibility is that I usually center it in the camera, but I do time to time trick you. Right There. Dirty tooth. Wash it off. Oh, it's actually a really cool sand tiger. It's just missing a little bit of the root. Little bit of the root, that's it. Not a bad surface find. And I can see that this area has changed quite a bit since the last time I was here. And I wouldn't be surprised if that spot right there is still super deep, but at some point right there, it went up to my neck and I didn't even bother. But there might be a nice little hole there. I don't know what to say other than, man, surface scanning is just blowing Sifting out of the water. This one is it's got some size to it. Let me know if you can see it yet. I'll give you a little bit more, a little bit longer. This is a big one, at least for what I believe it is. Ready? Woo! Please be whole. No! That's a good sand tiger though. Yeah, that's a cool one. That's a shame that the other root's not there. That would have been super wide for a sand tiger. Beautiful. But seriously, the amount of teeth we're finding on the surface is just crazy. I've never had this kind of luck, and I won't shut up about it because I've never had this amount of luck surface scouring here. I'm loving it. Freaking McDonald's. I'm hoping one more find turns into the McDonald's of fossil hunting. You know, you end your hunt and say, just one more find. Just one more find, guys. Maybe just one more surface find. Will this bank give us something else big? Because that was a nice tooth. Some really beautiful natural erosion here. Big old tree and slope coming out. And this mountain is just like, or this hillside cliff is just working its way out. Speaking of which, a bunch of acorns just tried to kill me. We're entering this gravel stretch and it looks wonderful. But if it's anything like my previous times here, I will almost certainly find nothing on the surface. Fingers crossed that I eat my own words. I would love that. But I'm not confident we will have that going for us. But I'll always give it a quick glance with how much material's here. It's coming from somewhere. This area sucks so bad. There's so much gravel and nothing. It's so frustrating. It looks like a promised land. Why? Why are there no teeth on the surface here with all this material? It is fun to explore though. This is completely new to me here. So we'll just stay in the waterway and explore a tiny bit and then head back on our course. You can kind of see where the gravel's coming out of this spot. So we just finished our little side quest of that creek, and by little I mean nothing. I found nothing, but it was really fun. Regardless, this is my office. I want this to be my workday office someday. And if you share in that dream, you want to see me keep doing this, hit that subscribe button and like. Help out a small channel. Let's get back on the main quest. We go from barely a trickle worth of water to up past our knees in questionable New Jersey water. I think I'm just gonna go around and take my time, hit the corner. Put my phone down and I saw something move and I thought it was a frog. If you have arachnophobia, this is your time to skip about 20 seconds ahead, maybe 40 seconds. This was on my bag and now I got the heebie-jeebies. Oh, it's so big. It is a big old wolf spider. Can you see it? Come on, can I get you to move a little bit? You're huge. Oh my gosh. If she were to lay flat, she'd be palm-sized. Oh, get away from my bag, please. Don't go towards my bag. I'm not bad with spiders. We have a nice policy where I leave them alone and they leave me alone. I don't want to be anywhere near that guy anymore, so like, bye. Go have your babies somewhere else. Whew. We are getting a little bit of teeth from this little lunchtime spot that I liked. Got this one on top, just a blade. Don't see how this one didn't fall through. I don't like when they fall through, but they normally do just because how small they are, and I've already lost it, so maybe it did fall through. Oh, yep, it was close. Little reef shark. Probably, that actually looked like lemon. Traveled quite a way, and we're still not there. But I've been having a wicked time in my scuba shoes because they are not meant for slippery clay. A lot of the spots that I'm at have switched over to the one formation, slippery clay that has holes and trees everywhere, and I have hurt my shins quite a lot. But I just got a scoop out of a random spot. I don't know if this is fossil. It sure feels dense for how small it is. Check this out. This is a vert. This is a vertebra to some creature, and it's in outstanding condition. I don't know what this would belong to other than, like, if it's modern. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm not familiar with a lot of vert material other than sharks and mammoth and things like that. This is wild. Like, I'm trying to imagine what this could be. It could be, like, significant. It almost looks like marine something. Like marine mammal? Fish? Big fish vert? Something like that? I don't know. Just got bit by a mosquito. But this is super cool. I have a little bit of good news. Well, I have 3 things of good news, and I have maybe 1 or 2 things of bad news. The bad news is you probably noticed it's a lot darker. One bad news is my microphone cable got wet, so I can't use my actual mic right now. It's angry. The second bit of bad news is it took me a long while to get close to where I wanted to scout. It was so overgrown, I would have needed like a machete. And by the time I would get there, it would be this dark and I'd have to come back. I did some sifting up there in some test spots because it's still a while away and there was some good areas to test, but I ended up coming back and we're hitting the spot kind of near where we came in just because it's getting dark and I'm exhausted. Other bit of bad news is I had a freaking leech on me, an actual blood-sucking leech, and I would have gotten it for you guys. Oh, look at that. We have the aftermath, but I found it and ripped it off because it was getting fat off of me, and you can see where it had drilled a nice little hole into me to get some of my tasty iron. So that's the other bad news. The good news is we've had a good day. We're not done yet, and at least we're ending on a better note because it's been really tiring and that leech really pissed me off. But we do have some more teeth, and that one is probably the best of the day for condition and quality, or condition and size. That's not bad. Let's hope that we don't get any more New Jersey leeches because I am bleeding and I don't want it in this water. Just about ready to go because I'm craving Wawa and haven't had hardly any food. Filled my water and I need my Wawa. We finally have gotten onto a spot that is producing. And there is another really beautiful sand tiger. Whew. I guess it just took, a leech bite to start getting some better teeth. Oh, it's got some really weird patterning on there. So that's a good tooth. Let's not drop it in the water. All right, guys. I'm bloodied, tired, bruised, beat up, in pain. We got a lot of things unearthed and discovered in the sense of our own growth. So our own knowledge and really experiencing what kind of makes this creek good in certain areas. And so it was really rewarding. Even if we didn't get that big trip maker, we got a lot of nice teeth. We covered so much ground, but that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna get some Wawa. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for one more find, but hopefully many more, but one more find.